Hello and welcome to episode 87 of Raw and Score, the trivia podcast with huge imaginary prizes. I am the Quizzard, and the record score keeps slowly creeping upwards for this podcast. Aaron and Christian have somehow managed a 33.5, which is absolutely ridiculous. There's only 1.5 more points even possible to get. That means there can only ever possibly be 3 more record holders of Raw and Score, max. But let's forget about the high scores for a second and talk about low scores. We have never had a 1 or a 0 on a regular episode. And I don't know why, but I really want to see one. Could someone get their toddler to play an episode and send in their score or something, please? Ooh, maybe I'll play an episode to my dog and submit her score. We are scoring out of 35 points today with 20 single-point questions in the question round, a stupidly hard question worth 5 points, a bonus round worth 5 points, and a game that we play throughout the question round which is worth 5 points as well. This week, the game is Fake Fact. In this game, one of my questions and answers is going to be completely made up. Your job is to find the made-up question and answer and say fake fact when you hear it. If you do, you get 5 points. You can only say fake fact once, and I'm not going to give you very much time to say it. So be quick, but also don't waste your shot at saying fake fact. Alright, so remember to listen out for a fake fact in the question round, which is starting now. Question 1. The Dallas Cowboys compete in which sport? American football. Question 2. What is an event horizon? An event horizon is the point in a black hole where the gravity is so intense that light cannot escape. Question 3. If the Pokemon Donkey Pom evolves twice, what Pokemon will it become? Pomlipidoris. I don't like the new Pokemon as much as the old ones. They're just ridiculous at this point. Fake facts! There is no Donkey Pom or Pomlipidoris in Pokemon. I've honestly just typed random syllables into the computer, and this is what I got. You get 5 points if you picked up on that, and if you didn't, you should probably make some changes in your life. Real question 3. What type of rice is generally used to make risotto? Arborio rice. Question 4. How many fielders are there at one time in a game of baseball? Nine. Go Dodgers. Question 5. Bern is the capital city of which country? Switzerland. Did you get that wrong? Ooh, Bern. Shut up, that's funny. Question 6. Vice City is a fictional city from which series of video games? Grand Theft Auto. When I visited my grandma as a kid, I used to sneak into my uncle's old room to play Grand Theft Auto as a kid. My grandma had no idea I was committing mass murder in there. Question 7. Before using his robot powers, Inspector Gadget would generally say what phrase? Go Go Gadget. This show ended over 40 years ago, just FYI. Go Go Gadget Existential Crisis. Question 8. Finish the lyric from Eye of the Tiger. So many times it happens too fast. You trade your passion for glory. Don't lose your grip on the dreams of the past. What's next? It is, you must fight just to keep them alive. Question 9. What major event began on October 29, 1929 in the United States? The Great Depression or the stock market crash. I never understood why they couldn't just pretend it didn't happen and take the system back to the day before. Like, I'm kind of joking about that, but I'm actually sort of not. Question 10. What might you call the red mark commonly put on people's heads in India? A bindi, but if you said come, sindor, teep, or tickly, you are also correct. Question 11. Which two letters have arrows on them in the Subway logo? The S and the Y. Question 12. Spinner, Rizzo, and Bottlenose are all breeds of what? Dolphin. Question 13. Donkey is a YouTuber whose content mostly revolves around what? Video games. Whenever I play a game, I have to check if Donkey agrees with my opinion to see whether I'm right or wrong. Question 14. What is 5 cubed? 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125. Question 15. In which year did Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie announce their breakup? (2016). Question 16. Which large animal has species such as white, black, Indian, Javan, and Sumatran? Rhinoceros. Don't you reckon rhinoceros sounds a bit like a dinosaur, like rhinosaurus? Or am I just very tired? It's probably that. Question 17. Hemophobia is the fear of which substance? Hemophobia. That is the fear of blood. Question 18. Black Flag, Odyssey, and Valhalla are all subtitles of games from which video game series? Assassin's Creed. They absolutely peaked at Black Flag. Question 19. Which company produces iOS software? Apple. And question 20. As of 2025, what is the longest running Broadway musical of all time? That is The Phantom of the Opera, which ran for 35 years. All right, that's it for the questions. I don't know if you could hear it, but there was this massive fly flying around me the whole time I was recording that. I paused about 5 times to try and find it and get it, but I just couldn't. It was actually driving me insane. So if you were slightly annoyed by that buzzing, just know that it annoyed me 5,000 times more. Did you pick up on the fake fact? Donkey Pom, not a real Pokemon. Pomlipidoris, totally could be, not a real Pokemon. Don't forget to add the 5 points if you did. Coming up in a moment, we're going to have the really unbelievably stupidly hard trivia question and the bonus round of the episode. This week, the bonus round is Lost in Translation. I'll see you soon for that. We're back, and it's time for the question with so much power it blows up my whole house every time I read it. The really hard trivia question. I'm going to run out of money to keep buying new houses soon. All right, I've got a really hard question for you. You get 5 points if you can get this one right. Here it is. The original Alice in Wonderland book has 12 chapters. What is the name of chapter 5? Original Alice in Wonderland book, 12 chapters. What is the 5th chapter called? You need to get it word for word. Is it... Ooh, we're in Wonderland, Alice. Just on Alice in Wonderland. It's actually a good book. I know it's one of the most popular books in the world, but I was actually really pleasantly surprised when I read it. Possibly because I am a giant child. 5 more seconds to lock in your answer. Chapter 5 of Alice in Wonderland is called Advice from a Caterpillar. Give yourself 5 points if you got that right. Alright, that's the hard question, and that brings us to the bonus round of the episode. This week, the bonus round is Lost in Translation. In this bonus game, I've taken a phrase, typed it into Google Translate, translated it through a bunch of different languages, and then back into English, and your job is to guess the original phrase that I typed into Google. Obviously, after being translated through a bunch of languages, it resembles the original phrase, but isn't quite it. It's kind of like the Temu version of whatever I typed in. An example is... I typed in Top Gear one time, and it came out with the best materials, which is just so unintentionally funny by Google. I love it. You get 1 point for every one that you can guess. This week, all of the phrases that I've typed into Google are quotes from movies. So all you've got to do is guess which quote from a movie I typed into Google and translated through a bunch of different languages. Lost in Translation, starting now. Number 1. I hope you are forceful. I hope you are forceful. Context is important for this one. That one is May the Force be with you. Number 2, you caught me saying good morning. You caught me saying good morning. That one was You Had Me at Hello. I had to keep doing this one over and over through Google because Google kept changing the word hello to goodbye for some reason. That seems like a very fundamental flaw in their translating if they're literally making words the opposite of what they are. Number 3, he spoke to me. He spoke to me. This one's from Taxi Driver. It was, you talking to me? Number 4 is I saw people die. I saw people die. That one is I see dead people. Alright, I've saved this one for last because I think it's the hardest and also the funniest. Number 5 is talk to my son. Talk to my son. That one is say hello to my little friend. God, that's so good. Talk to my son. Say hello to my little friend. You can see kind of what Google was thinking there. Google Translate is just the king of unintentional humor. All right, tally up what you got in that round, add it to your total score, and that's the end of the games this week. I don't know about you guys, but I like this one. I like Fake Fact. I like Lost in Translation. I thought the movie quotes were funny. I was having fun. Hopefully you guys aren't just sitting miserably in your car. And if you were, I don't want to hear about it. Don't forget, if you send me a message with your name and score, I'll give you a shout out at the end of a show. Keep them coming, send them in. Who doesn't want to hear a real Quizzard read out their name? This week, I've heard from my dog Suki, who scored a 0. No, not really. Someone send me a 0, please. Steph scored a 19 and a 21. The Tarrawood Propagators scored a 25. The graphics department beat their rivals with a 27. Take that, Tarrawood. Rick and Nadia scored a 17 and then a 19. And Laura and Christy scored an 18. All right, I'm going to be bitterly disappointed if next week I don't get to read a real 0 or a 1. Bitterly disappointed. All the things I do for you guys, you can get a 0. Come on. Play it to a baby. Play it to your pot plant. I'll read out a pot plant score. I'm not above reading out a pot plant score. In fact, I think that would be a personal highlight, honestly. Okay, that's it. I'm going to stop talking about zeros. Thanks so much for listening. I'll see you next week with another episode. Bye-bye.